Good morning, my name is Tara and today I'm going to examine the text structures and language features of a print-based and web-based article. Both articles mention the cause of global warming and climate change and the effects that it is having on the reef, but from different points of view. The print-based article, Marketing Stifled by Confusion, disempowers the people working at the reef because the article says that global warming and climate change is scaring off the tourism. However, in the web-based article, it talks about how if the government doesn't act fast, soon the whole reef will be gone. This disempowers the government because it mentions in the article that they're not doing anything about the situation and it's only getting worse. The Great Barrier Reef is one of the world's most visited tourist attractions. The print news text, Marketing Stifled by Confusion, is from a Cairns newspaper. This means that some of the tourism would be from Cairns. The article negatively focuses on how global warming is affecting the tourism for the reef. In the article, the most salient feature was the headline. The headline uses the words stifled by confusion to engage the reader by being an intensifier and by using high modality. Once I read the headline, I checked the article for other salient features. The image is large and attention-grabbing and helps promote the tourism for the reef. The information in the caption of the article mentions tourism as a confused marketing merry-go-round. This metaphor makes the caption more interesting to read and creates enthusiasm with a touch of humour to the sentence. An operator, Alan Wallish, quotes, "The marketing problem was a do-or-die climax. This evokes emotion out of the reader, drawing concern for the reef." The text structures of the print-based article has an organised layout as the text isn't scattered everywhere and it is easy to read. This has an impact on the audience as it makes the article appear more professional and the reader would find it as a trustworthy source. The headline is big and bold, which leads the reader straight to the article. Next to the headline, there is an image of 3 people in what the article calls a scuba ride. The 3 people in the picture look very happy and excited to be exploring the coral reef. This influences the audience as it makes the reader want to do it as well. The image takes up a lot of space in the article, which draws a great amount of attention to the reader, and it would make them curious as to what the article is about. Mr. Wallish quotes, "If we don't do this, nobody is going to do it for us." This makes the reader feel empowered and involved in the article, as well as it makes them feel like they have a say. There are many language features in the newsprint article that advance the text to make it more attention-grabbing. For example, the opening sentence of the article, "A confused marketing merry-go-round has put tourism on an ill-fated collision course," is attention-grabbing to the reader. The phrase marketing merry-go-round is a metaphor, and it means that tourism marketing is a never-ending process that isn't progressing or going anywhere. The author has made this opening sentence very creative, and it has impacted the reader to make them more engaged during the opening caption. The author has used word choices such as gloom-mongering to show a wide range of variety of vocabulary. In this case, gloom-mongering makes the reader emote sadness towards the article and reef. The author uses the word city-centric to show high modality, as well as the phrase ill-fated collision course. The article uses basic noun groups when talking about the Great Barrier Reef and verb groups. For example, Kevin Bryan quotes, "Much of their activity is counterproductive to messaging we want." The web-based article, Great Barrier Reef Authority urges fastest possible actions on emissions, negatively focuses on how the government is not doing anything about the loss of one of the most beautiful natural wonders of the world. The article disempowers the government and empowers the author, Lisa Cox, as she brings awareness to this issue. The most salient element about the article was the image below the headline, because the blue stood out when I opened the online media text. The image shows a scuba diver examining the dead coral. This targets the audience and makes them worried about the reef. The next most salient element was the headline. Great Barrier Reef Authority urges fastest possible action on emissions. The headline stood out because it was in big, bold letters directly below the image. After I read the headline, I scrolled down the web page to read the article. The text structures in the web-based article has a very different layout compared to the print-based article. In the web-based article, the headline is still in big, bold black writing. However, the writing is not as big in comparison to the print-based article, and it does not stand out as much. This means that the image will stand out to the reader more than the headline will. The opening caption gets straight to the point and it brings up the issue addressed throughout the article. Christian Slattery, a campaigner for the Australian Conservation Foundation, quotes, "The Great Barrier Reef is not dead yet, but the Marine Park Authority makes it clear that it is already under stress from rising temperatures." This impacts the audience because the Great Barrier Reef is a big tourist attraction, and it makes the reader unhappy and almost guilty that the reef is slowly dying. As this is a web-based article, it includes things like hyperlinks that the print-based article doesn't have. The hyperlinks in the web-based article are on the words that have high modality or that mean something important. The reader would find this helpful because they can click on a hyperlink and it will help them understand the article to its full capacity. At the bottom of the web-based article, there is interactive content where you can donate to The Guardian, which is the website/news article host. The comparison between the text is that they both focus on the negative impacts on the reef, but in different ways. The language features in the web-based article have been used to advance the article and to make it more interesting for the reader. In the opening caption, the author has used the word unprecedented to show high modality. This shows that the article is well qualified and experienced. This helps enhance the reader's interest in the article and makes them want to keep reading. The author has used the word widespread to make a more dramatic and intense impact on the reader. The punctuation in the article includes lots of quotations. This means that there is important opinions in the article, which makes the audience feel inspired and influenced. The author has used verb and noun groups to make the article fascinating and attention-grabbing. Spatial systems were used to effectively present the article for ease of viewing. This gives the article an appealing layout and makes it easier to read for the audience for whichever platform they view this on. Compared to the print-based article, this article has a more appealing layout and text structure, which is more likable for the audience. In conclusion, the two articles have very different contrasting opinions about the Great Barrier Reef. They both mention how the reef is being negatively impacted by society. The print-based article is skeptical that global warming and climate change is having an impact on the reef. It informs the audience that there is nothing wrong and that the workers have never seen the reef healthier. This may be so they don't lose tourism in the area. The text structures and language features in the article make it more entertaining and believable for the audience, whereas in the web-based article is informing the reader that global warming, climate change and pollution is killing the coral in the reef day by day. The social and cultural features influence the audience as it encourages activists to make the reef a healthier place. The social and moral message of the web-based article outshines the print-based. It informs Australian society about the negative issues impacting the reef, and that the government and population of Australia must act fast to save this beautiful natural wonder of the world. Thank you.